All right, so it was shared recently by the BBC News World saying Chinese nationals arrested with a gold bars and $800,000 cash in DR Congo. Okay, this is African time. Welcome to Vidashi Studios. Well, this is a news shared by the BBC News World saying that Chinese nationals actually been arrested with a gold bars and 800,000 cash dollars, though. Don't forget the dollar sign. Cash in DRC recently. Why? What is going on in DR Congo? See this. So Ajim Rashidi came and said they will blame the Americans. China and Russia are looting Africa. Whoa. You guys will blame the Americans, but China and Russia are looting Africa. That is a take from my brother. Now, BBC News came and says Chinese nationals arrested with gold bars and $800,000 or cash in DRC. Now it says 3 Chinese nationals have been arrested with 12 gold bars and $800, that is 650,000 euros, in cash in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, official says. The gold and money was hidden under the seats of the vehicle they were traveling in, according to Jean-Jacques Parisi, the governor of South Kivu province. He said the operation to arrest the men had been kept secret after the recent release of another group of Chinese nationals accused of running an illegal gold mine in the area. Eastern DRC Congo has abundant reserves of gold, diamonds, and the minerals used to make batteries for mobile phones and electric vehicles. Okay, so based on this, it says that this is not actually the first time. They have actually noticed that some Chinese men are actually running illegal mining activities in eastern side of DR Congo. And it says that they were actually noticed, or they knew about this, and they have been having underground investigation concerning this issue. And then they arrested them with 12 gold bars and $800,000 cash. Wow, that is some serious organization out there. Well, they also came and says this mineral wealth has been plundered by foreign groups since the colonial era, and it's one of the main reasons why the region has been plagued by instability for the last 30 years. Militia groups control many of the mines in eastern DR Congo, and their leaders became wealthy by selling it to the middlemen. Okay, so DR Congo believes that the reason for their less peaceful way or having wars and conflicts in their country is because of these minerals, and they believe that they have been having these kind of black market deals for the past 30 years, and they are saying that it's being controlled by some groups of people, and their leaders are wealthy because of middleman deal that they are making in the eastern side of DR Congo. They also says Perusi said some of these dealers in precious metals enjoyed good relations with influential people in the capital, that is Kinshasa, and that's why the mission to carry out these latest arrests had been kept secret or been kept quiet. He said they had been acting on a tip-off that the gold and money was only found after meticulous search of the vehicle in the Walungu area not far from the border with Rwanda. He did not say exactly how much gold had been seized. Okay, so they believe that these operations is actually being behind by big men in the country, and that is something serious here. By the capital biggest men, they are living in Kinshasa, and they are saying that they have been doing this secretly, undergroundly, because they believe that it's being backed by a huge organization with powerful people behind it. So they say they used tip-off, and then they arrested these Chinese individuals close to the border of Rwanda. Okay, but they are yet to disclose the amount of gold bars they got, but they know that there's a cash of $800,000 found. Wow, that's a lot of money though. They came and says they owed $10 million in taxes and fines to the government. The Reuters news agency quotes him saying that the Chinese embassy had not commented on the allegation. Okay, so they are saying that these gold mines or illegal mines actually owes the country $10 million taxes. Wow, so that means they mined and they smuggle these minerals to the neighboring countries. That is why they are being arrested at the border close to Rwanda, though. So they are saying that the Chinese embassy in DR Congo have not commented on this allegation yet. So that means, is it deliberate? What is going on in DR Congo? So that is actually what is happening, and it was shared by the BBC World News saying that Chinese nationals are actually running illegal mining in DR Congo. And someone actually commented and says that we will be sitting here blaming America for this, but Russia and China are actually doing something shady down there. Well, what's your takes on this? How do you see this? Do you actually think that the Western Europe, that is America, or the Europeans and the Chinese and the Russians have a difference, or do you believe that this is a propaganda by the Western side? Under comment section, let me know. Okay, as this was shared, these were some interesting comments under the comment section. A Zimbabwean came and says, we have same problem here in Zimbabwe. The Chinese are working in collaborating with the president and his cronies. So in Zimbabwe too, it seems that the Chinese are actually disturbing the people of Zimbabwe. Not only Zimbabwe though, Ghana here too, we are having the same with illegal mining. And most of the times you go in there and it will be a Chinese national. You don't even know how they got to find these locations. How they got to know these places? Even Ghanaians actually don't even know that there's mines or there's gold at some areas that you find these Chinese there. Well, this one also came and says that they really do copy everything the West does. Yep. So it's believed that the Chinese and the West, there are no difference, okay? Some people actually are now affirming to this. Well, lastly, this one commented and says, African leaders are allowing this to happen. I'll be going to Africa and start talking out these Chinese nationals in droves. The age of diplomacy and so-called politically correct talks is over. We young Africans don't believe in diplomacy, and that goes to any Western country. Well, seems like the youth in Africa are actually up and they are running. They need their country back, and they're saying that the days of diplomacy is actually gone. They need their country back, and that is it. Okay, so this is something interesting that happened over the week in DR Congo, that Chinese nationals are actually smuggling $800,000 and some gold bars to or from the country, and they are saying that they owe taxes of about $10 million taxes. That people are actually, they are running the country low, and they believe that because of these illegal miners have been the cause of the civil war or unrest in the country for the past 30 years. So this is what happened in DR Congo. And then the most important question for this whole thing is some people believe that there's no much difference between the Russians, the Chinese, and then the Western or the Americans. Okay, so you, what do you believe? In the comment section, let me know what your takes are, and let's have some cool discussion about Africa. The name is Vidashi. This was African Time. Thank you for your time.